over the years, you might have had some dentistry done, some work on your mouth, maybe a crown here or there, a filling here or there, and now you kind of look at your smile and you say, you know what, things just don't quite look right. They don't quite match up. Well, there's actually something that can be done for that in a very, very short period of time. Dr. Paul Coleman is here today from the Coleman Center for Cosmetic Dentistry to talk about full mouth reconstruction. Now, I painted kind of a mild picture, but you can handle some pretty drastic cases as well, can't you?
There's almost no problem that can come in that really can't be handled in a few visits with proper planning ahead of time. You really have to start these type of cases with the end in mind.
Right.
And then everything makes sense. So with proper planning, you can actually rebuild your entire mouth in a couple of visits.
Okay, so it's a full mouth, and you and I were kind of laughing. We're kind of used to, coming into the doctor's office and maybe working on one, maybe two teeth.
Right.
And then, taking a long break and then coming back later on and maybe having something else done. It doesn't work like that anymore.
Well, the majority of the work that's done in this country is kind of patchwork. So we fix a tooth, and each time we do it, the bite changes a little bit. Maybe we're dealing with a different lab, different technician, different porcelains. Things don't always end up looking the way you want it to,
right,
which is a uniform. And a bite that works for you, so it works well with your musculature and your joint, and you don't have TMJ problems. So it's kind of nice to be able to justify making yourself look a lot better, but at the same time maybe getting rid of those headaches or ear problems or vertigo.
Right, all at the same time. Well, let's take a look at some of the examples here.
Sure.
You got some before and afters?
Got a few.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. They're usually pretty dramatic, so let's take a look and you kind of describe them for us here. Holy smokes, I remember this lady.
You do.
I do remember her.
This is Lene. She was given tetracycline in the 50s, and it stained her teeth dark. And a lot of dentists don't think you can put veneers over tetracycline stained teeth, but obviously you can. She also had some crowding. She didn't have ortho as a kid. So we redid every tooth in her mouth in 2 4.5-hour visits with bonded porcelain, and it really changed her life. She moved out of state. She's actually working for a TV station now.
Isn't that something? And I remember what it did for her confidence level as well. Her confidence level just shot through the roof.
Whole different person.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so dark stained teeth, you can handle those pretty easily. But what causes that?
Well, in her case it was tetracycline,
okay,
but some of it can be genetic. Now, this young man came in, and he really came in for me to fix his upper front 4 crowns that had been 20 years earlier. I gave him a mirror. I said, anything else bothering you here? And he goes, well, the lower's a little jacked up. So in 2 visits, we went from the before and after here with veneers and kind of cleaned up that problem for him.
2 visits? This is the thing that just kind of blows me away here. Wow. All right, it's called full mouth reconstruction. How about patients with a lifetime of neglect? I mean, that's a totally different problem.
Right, and the other thing is that when you do a full mouth, from time to time you can actually do it in sections. Now, this was a person that had cleaned himself up, but at one time was a methamphetamine addict. And
oh, dear.
So in 3 visits, the first visit we did 5 root canals, removed the decay. The second visit we reshaped 28 teeth, and we put him in 2 weeks later. So this was a 3-visit restoration.
That is amazing. You know what? I remember this gentleman as well. Well, he's another great story. The guy was a captain on a
fishing boat.
A fishing boat, was he not? And again, what this does for your self-confidence.
Now, this patient didn't actually start as a full mouth case. She said, well, I only really want to do my upper front 10. So I said, okay, fine. You have these old veneers. And I did the upper front 10, and a day later she called me up, and we put in 16 teeth yesterday morning to complete her case.
Just absolutely fantastic. So if folks want to do this, I mean, what kind of lead time do they need to give you, or what kind of planning do they have to do ahead of time?
Well, the planning's mostly on my part.
Okay.
We do a lot of photos. We take a ton of photos, send them to the lab with CDs. We pick out the size and shape teeth that they want so they can envision, because depending on how you shape the porcelain, it can look more masculine, younger, older, more feminine. A little softer, rounder edges is going to be more feminine. A little more squared off would be a guy's. And they look good in the right face. You just got to put them in the right face.
Yeah, that's really interesting too, and I know you're really good about giving folks an idea of what that's going to look like ahead of time and showing them kind of what the options can be for them. And you customize to each person. So.
Well, there's almost no case someone can walk in that I can't show them a before and after of exactly their case. We've done so many. And they're welcome to go to my website, too. The before and after pictures on ColemanCenter.com, drpaulcoleman.com. There's got to be 100 before and afters there.
Now, we've also got this up on the bottom of the screen right here, right now, that you do a free cosmetic evaluation. I know you can't do that for everybody, so you want to limit that to a certain number of first callers?
Sure. The first 10 that call in and say they watched the show, we'll bring them in, we'll do photos, we'll do workups. We can show them what's possible, because that's really the key. It's not showing people the problem, it's showing them the solution.
Right.
And then everything makes sense from there.
Okay, free cosmetic evaluation with a workup and everything, and actually show you what that will look like at the Coleman Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. Come see Dr. Paul Coleman. As you can see here, the work is absolutely fabulous. He's been doing this for a while, and he's the best. So get in and see him and take advantage of the free cosmetic evaluation, but only the first 10 callers. So if the lines are busy, call right back quickly. It's great to see you as always.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm so glad to see those folks again that I remember, because they're each individual such a wonderful story. All right, for more information, you go to san diego6.com and you click on San Diego Living.